In the twisted shadows of what should be sanctuary, homes often transform into arenas of horror. Behind the facade of safety, malevolence brews, turning havens into haunts. Here, in the deceptive comfort of familiar walls, the most sinister tragedies unfold, blurring the line between refuge and nightmare. In the twisted shadows of what should be sanctuary, homes often transform into arenas of horror. Behind the facade of safety, malevolence brews, turning havens into haunts. Here, in the deceptive comfort of familiar walls, the most sinister tragedies unfold, blurring the line between refuge and nightmare. As the clock struck 10, the phone rang, slicing through the silence like a knife. Sarah answered, expecting a check-in from the Thompsons. Instead, a voice, cold and menacing, whispered, "Have you checked the children?" Thinking it a cruel joke, Sarah tried to shake off the unease that had settled over her. But the phone rang again, the same question. "Have you checked the children?" This time, fear took hold, its icy fingers wrapping around her heart. Fear paralyzed her. She couldn't bring herself to ascend the stairs to confirm the safety of the sleeping children. Instead, she did what she hoped would bring help. She called the police, Sarah whispering into the phone, glancing over her shoulder. The operator's voice was calm, but what they said next turned Sarah's blood to ice. "We've traced the call. It's coming from inside the house." Panic surged as the horrifying realization dawned on her. The danger was not just near, it was already inside. Sarah, wide-eyed, gripping the phone. The police instructed her to leave the house immediately, but as she moved towards the door, her thoughts raced to the children upstairs. Torn between her own safety and their well-being, she made a choice that would haunt her forever. Sarah slowly ascending the stairs, the sound of her heartbeat thundering in her ears. Each step felt like an eternity. Each creak of the old wooden stairs echoed like a scream in the silence. As she reached the top, the door to the children's room was ajar, and ominous darkness within. Sarah peering into the room, a shadow moving behind her. In that moment of terror, the truth was revealed. The intruder stood behind her, his presence malignant. Sarah's scream was lost in the thunderous roar of the storm. The police arrived minutes later, but what they found was a scene of horror. Blood-stained, slashed walls, and Sarah like in a trance covered in blood. But the children slept peacefully in their beds. Sarah, though shaken, survived. The only problem was no trace of the man upstairs. So where did the blood come from, and whose blood was Sarah covered in? But the night's events left scars that would never fade, a chilling reminder of the night when fear called from within the house.